Hello friends, I welcome you to this lesson on tree diagrams under probability, and this time we are looking at probability with replacement. And so there's one thing that I would like us to understand, and it's that when you talk about probability with replacement, this is where you select something and then you put back. So when you're putting back something, it means whatever number that you started with is maintained. So here is a question that will help us. I would like us to also to learn how to draw this tree diagram and to answer questions related to the tree diagram. So pay attention so that you get the concepts that we have here. So in our question, the question says a bag contains 4 black, 5 green, and 7 white marbles. A marble is picked at random from the bag and replaced. Then a second marble is picked. So the first question says draw a tree diagram showing all the possibilities. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is to write the probabilities of picking each of these colors that we have. Okay, so number one, you need to know what the total number of marbles is. So the total that we have will be equal to 4 plus 5 plus 7, which will give us a total of 16 when we add. And so the probabilities of picking each of these colors that we have, for example here, the probability of picking black is going to be, we write it like this, probability of black is equal to, and then you count how many blacks you have. So we have 4 black, so we are going to have 4 out of 16. And the probability of picking green, which is probability of G, is equal to, how many greens do we have? We have 5 green, so we have 5 green, and the total number of marbles is 16. And then the other one that we have is the probability of picking white. So we have 7 white marbles over the total, and our total is 16. Okay, so now that we have these totals here, or these probabilities that we have, we can now calculate we can now draw the tree diagram. And so the tree diagram will be drawn like this. So we are going to start with the branches of the tree. So here is our tree diagram. It starts from here. So you must have enough space to draw your tree diagram. So we are going to start our tree diagram like this. Okay, so you check how many colors you have. We have 3 colors here. We have black, green, and white. So we are going to have 3 of these. And so here we are going to have black. Here we are going to have green, which is G, and white is going to be here. And then since we are picking twice, you pick the first time, you replace, and then you pick again. So each of these is going to produce a branch. So black here, we are going to have something like this, just like the first one that we drew here, where you are going to have black here, green here, white, just like the way we have them here. And so even this one here is going to have 1, 2, 3. So we are going to have black here, green, and white. Okay, white there. And so even the last one here, you're going to have 1, 2, 3. So you're going to have black here, green, and white. Okay, so now that we have finished writing the branches of the tree, we are now going to put our probabilities there on our branches. So the probabilities are these here. So the probability of black is 4 over 16. So black here, you're going to have 4 over 16. So again, black here, you're going to have 4 over 16. Okay, so wherever you have black, you're going to have 4 over 16. So even here you have black, here is the B here. So you're going to have 4 over 16. Another black is here, you're going to have 4 over 16. Okay, so then we come to green. Green is 5 over 16. So here is green, there's G here. So you're going to have 5 over 16. Even here you have green, so you're going to have 5 over 16. Again here you have G or green, so it will give us 5 over 16. Okay, so once again in the last one here you also have G, so you're going to have 5 over 16. Then we come to white. White, probability of picking white is 7 out of 16. So white is here, you're going to have 7 over 16. Again, white is here, you're going to have 7 over 16. Another white is here, you're going to have 7 over 16. And another white is here, you're going to have 7 over 16. And so this is our tree diagram. So it means when you have done this is our question A, part A of the question. You have completed the tree diagram, and these are the possibilities that we are talking about here. And so this is how you construct a tree diagram. So now we are going to use our tree diagram to answer the questions that are following here. For example, we have B, part 1 of B, which says calculate the probability of picking 2 black balls or 2 black marbles. Okay, so here we are going to calculate the probability of picking 2 black marbles. So here, part B of the question, B1, we'll keep referring to the tree diagram that we have drawn. So the probability of picking 2 black marbles is written as probability of black and black, which is equal to probability of black times the probability of black. Okay, so here is our tree diagram. I'll put it here so that we can see. So the probability of picking 2 black marbles is written like this. Probability of black times probability of black. So which will be equal to, this is going to be equal to, so now when you come to our tree diagram here, the probability of black, this is the first one here, from the first branch here, probability of black here, which is 4 over 16. So you're going to replace here with 4 over 16 times, and then from this black here, you go to another black there, which is also 4 over 16. So you're going to have 4 over 16. And then we can multiply here. We are going to have 4 times 4, which will give us 16 over 16 times 16. Now 16 times 16, we are going to use our calculator to multiply 16 times 16, which gives us 256, which can be simplified because 16 can go into 16 once and 16 can go into 256 16 times. So the probability of picking 2 black marbles is actually 1 over 16. And then we can go to our next question. Now our next question is right here. It's saying find the probability of picking green first and then black. So green first and black. So the order is very important when you are dealing with probability. So this one will be written as probability of G, which is green, and then black, like this, which is going to be equal to probability of green times probability of black. So this is how we write it, and then we go back to our tree diagram. Here it is. So probability of green first and then black. So you're going to follow the branch for green and then you go to black. So here you come, probability of green here is 5 over 16. So you're going to write here 5 over 16 times probability of black. So from green here, you follow black. Now there you have 4 over 16. Here it is. So you're going to have 4 over 16, which you can multiply. You're going to have 5 times 4, which will give you 20 over 16 times 16 is 256, which can also be simplified here because 4 can go into both numbers. So we can say 4 into 20 is 5, and then 4 into 256 is actually 64. Okay, so this is our answer for probability of green first and then black. And then now we can go to our third question. Our third question actually says, it's right here. Our third question says, calculate the probability of picking green and black. So now here, I want you to see the difference between the second question and the third one. Here it says green and black. So it means that you can pick green first and then black, or you can pick black and then green. So here is how we write it. The probability of green and black is equal to probability of green, black, or black, green. So this is the difference. And then we are going to have here now, what we are going to have now when we simplify this is, remember one thing, the word or in probability means addition. So you are going to have probability of green times probability of black for the first two here, and then afterward, after dealing with the first two, you are going to add here, you put a plus. You are going to have a plus here, plus probability of black times probability of green at the end. Okay, so this is what we are going to have, and then so this is what we do when we simplify here. So here we are now going to substitute the probabilities. So we come back to our tree diagram. Here it is. Probability of green is 5 over 16. So we are going to have 5 here over 16 times, okay, times probability of black. So from green, which is 5 over 16, black is 4 over 16. So we are going to have 4 over 16 here, okay, plus, okay. So and then we after putting this plus, now we can come to this other one which says probability of black. So you start with black here, which is 4 over 16. So you are going to have 4 over 16 times, from 4 over 16 here, you go to green, which is 5 over 16. So 5 over 16. So we can multiply this. We are going to have 5 times 4, which is 20, over 16 times 16, which is 256, plus 4 times 5, which is 20, over 16 times 16, which is 256. Okay, so here we can simply add on top here, because the denominators are the same. So we can say 20 plus 20, we are going to have 40 over 256, which we can further simplify because 4 can go into both of these numbers. Okay, we can either divide 4 into both of these numbers, or even 8. 8 into 40, we are going to have 5 over 8 into 256, we are going to have 30. We are going to have 32. Okay, so we have 32, 5 over 32. This is the probability of green and black. So now we can go to the last question. Our last question now, we have our last question here, which says find the probability of different colors, picking different colors. So the probability of picking different colors is found in the following way. So the probability of picking different colors, we are going to have probability. This is number 4. Probability of different colors is equal to 1 minus probability of picking the same colors. Okay, so picking the same colors and picking different colors, these two are complementary events. When you add them, you should always get 1. So if you are given one of them, for you to get the other one, you always subtract from 1. So the first thing that we are going to do is to calculate the probability of getting the same colors, because it's easier to calculate. And so here we are going to have probability of same colors is equal to probability of black, or probability of green, or probability of white. Okay, so remember one thing, the word or means addition. It means we have to add. So when we simplify this, we are going to have this is equal to probability of black times probability of black, these two here, or here we put a plus, probability of green times probability of green, plus probability of white times probability of white. So this is what we are going to have, and then we are going to substitute our numbers there on the probabilities. So when we come down here, we are going to have the probability of black here. When you look on our tree diagram, the probability of picking black is 4 over 16. So here we are going to have 4 over 16, and since this is probability with replacement, the two probabilities for black will be the same. So you are also going to have 4 over 16 here, plus the probability for green is 5 over 16. So 5 over 16 times 5 over 16, plus the probability for white is 7 over 16. So you are going to have 7 over 16 times 7 over 16. Okay, so at this stage now we can simplify by multiplying the numerators and dividing by the denominators that we have. So here we are going to have 4 times 4, which will give us 16, over 16 times 16 is 256, plus 5 times 5 is 25, over 256. When we multiply down here, plus 7 times 7 is 49, over 256. So when we add on top, we are just adding on top because the denominators are the same. They are the same, so we can just add on top. So we are going to have 16 plus 25, which will give us 41. 41 plus 49 to give us 90. So we are going to have 90 divided by 256. Okay, we divide by 256. This is the probability of picking the same color. Okay, so now for us to find the probability of getting different colors, we are now going to subtract. This will be equal to 1 minus 90 over 256. 1 minus 90 over 256, we can now get the common denominator here. So the common denominator here, this is over 1, the common denominator is 256. So 1 into 256 is 256, times 1 there, you're going to have 256. Minus 256 into 256 is 1 times 90, you have 90 there. And then we are going to subtract on top here, we'll get 6, 25 minus 9 there, will give us 16. So we are going to have 166 over 256, which can further be simplified here. There are some numbers that can go into this number. Numbers like 2 can go into this number here. So when we divide here, 2 into 16 here, we're going to have 8. 2 into 6 here, we're going to have 3. So we have 83. And then 2 into 256, we are going to have 128. We have 128, and therefore this is our probability for calculating different colors, picking different colors. So we thank you for paying attention. This is the end of our lesson.